All right, and welcome back to another episode. And joining me today, the one, the only, Jordyn Pollard. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. For starters, Jordyn, for those who may not know you, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you come from.
Yeah, I'm Jordyn Pollard, and I am from Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, or from a small town just outside of Lloyd called Hillmond. And my family, or I grew up on a small town, on a farm, a cattle farm, a grain farm. And I've always been interested in music, and it's just always been something that I've done growing up. When I was really young, like 2 years old, I started singing and dancing around, and it just blossomed into me making a career out of it. And for the past 2 years, I've been releasing music and promoting my music, and have really been trying to make a go at this whole music business thing. So I just released my fourth single to country radio. It's called Kisses Back, and I'm really excited about that. And yeah, I can't wait to chat with you today and visit like old times. We haven't catched up in a while, so
It's been a while actually. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Going back, you say kind of music's always been there. Did you grow up in the household having music a part of your life, or that's just something you did, was just dance around? And
It was just something I did. My sister was in musical theater and stuff growing up, but it wasn't really one of her passions. It was just something that she did kind of as a hobby. But music was just always in my blood. It was always something that I did. I always had some dance moves. The shoulder shrugs were my thing. I do this all the time. I still do it. I don't have very many moves except for that. But my mom was a pianist. She finished up to grade 8, or the highest that you can go in piano. So she was great at that, but it wasn't really something that she wanted to pursue. So it was kind of out of nowhere that I came and started singing and writing songs.
okay, awesome. And for someone who hasn't heard your music before, how would you describe your sound?
I always mention I'm very quirky, I'm very sassy, and I think that comes out in my songs. I like to write very quick hooks with interesting taglines, and I think that really comes through the songs that I choose to put on my albums and the songs that I release to radio.
Okay, awesome. And let's talk influences. Do you have specific influences towards songwriting and then towards performing?
I do. I'd say for songwriting, there's one artist that everyone has to know that she's like my favorite. It's Taylor Swift, and you know that. And it's not even, I mean, everyone says that I remind them of her, but it's not even just the music. For me, it's her as a businesswoman and just how genuine of a person she is. And you can just see that through her music and her career. So I think that's something that I really would like to emulate within my career, whether I'm performing songs like her or singing like her or looking like her or not. But in terms of songwriting, she'd be one. Ed Sheeran, I love his songwriting, as well as Aaron Goodman is one of my favorite country songwriters. He knows how to get you dancing, and he knows how to get a hook stuck in your head. I can't tell you how many times I've had boom, boom, boom stuck in my head. And I think that there's something that can truly be said in a song that gets stuck in your head, whether you like it or not. The same thing can be said about We Are Never, Ever, Ever Getting Back Together. And then, I don't know, there's so many. I love Chris Stapleton. I've really been starting to get into outlaw country. And so that's a whole new songwriting genre that I'm starting to explore, and I'm really learning to respect and appreciate. So Tyler Childers is also great. But yeah, those are a few of my current influences. They tend to change all the time.
Okay, awesome. And what's the best advice that you've been given in your career that you still follow till today?
I always say that the best advice that I've ever been given is that you are on your own path to success. And I think that's so important because, you know, any industry is going to have some kind of hierarchy and some kind of power structure that's going to try and tear you down and say that this is the specific algorithm, this is how you're supposed to follow things. But you don't need to win an award to be successful. You don't need to be the top artist on the charts to be successful. You just have to love what you do. And that's what I'm here for. And as long as I have that mindset, I think that I'll be good. And as soon as music is not fun anymore and I'm not doing it for success, I'm doing it for the money, or I'm doing it for the status, then I might as well just throw it away because I'm not loving it anymore. So that's what I'd say.
Okay. And what advice would you give if someone was following your footsteps?
I'd say just that. And I think it's just really important to be a good person, honestly. That's people will see through the bull crap. And I think that whether your talent will shine through if you're a great person, and if you're a shitty person, that talent's just going to go to waste. And
Sure.
I don't know. I think that's one of the biggest things. Stay true to your heart, and you'll be great. You'll be fine.
Okay, perfect. All right, let's chat about your single Kisses Back. Tell us about it and how it all came together.
Yeah, this song was pitched to us. It was a song about a relationship when, you love this person, but you kind of gotta let go, and you're wanting to give them everything back, but you want the kisses back, you want the happy parts back. You're sad that they took that part of you, and I think that we all have that kind of feeling after we're done in our relationship. We just want to throw all these things away, but you're kind of ticked because they took a part of you as well along with them. So that's what the song's about. And I just thought the hook in the song was so catchy and was so my style that we had to record it. And we recorded a great video with, I don't know, someone that you might know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Which shows the storyline, and you were the great director and producer of this video. So
I had a blast doing that.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was great. And then we had the two actors come in, and yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And it was during COVID, but it wasn't like so strict that we weren't able to do things. We could still have a good time and visit and not be too worried.
Yep, exactly. Okay, awesome. And I'll make sure the link will be down below for that one, so that they
Perfect.
can see that. So all right, tell us a little bit about, do you do a lot of co-writing?
I do. I actually did a co-write today.
Nice.
With Hannah Gazzo and Chelsea. I've known Hannah ever since I first entered the music business. I've known her as long as I've known Haley Benedict. So that just goes to show how important she is to me. She's just such a sweet soul, and she's someone who is wise beyond her years. I believe she's 2 years younger than I am, and she writes like she has been writing for 50, 60 years. Like, it's incredible, the songs that she comes up with, and everyone who knows her knows how incredible she is. So it was a great co-write. I also write a lot with Doug Sylvester out of North Battleford. He just writes the goofiest songs and comes up with the greatest ideas. So we have the best time. And I don't know, I love meeting new people and getting new perspectives and writing new sounds and new lyrics. And it's just great to get to talk to other people and collaborate.
For sure. What's your favorite thing about the whole co-writing process?
I think it's just that. It's just learning new things. I think that if I were to just sit in my house and listen to the same songs and write the same songs, I wouldn't go anywhere. You have to develop as an artist and learn from other artists. That's how you get anywhere. So.
All right. And where do you find most of your inspiration when writing?
I think from real life, music, books. I love Pinterest. So I'll go on Pinterest and look up quotes, and there's so many great things on there. I also love reading. I'm a huge psychology and sociology nerd. So anytime that I'm in class and someone says something, I'll write it down, or I'll write a song about it afterwards. I don't know. It comes from the weirdest places. It can come from anywhere. So there's really not a set strategy on that one.
Okay, sounds good. This next question, I keep asking everyone because I like to I want the stories, And
Yeah.
so what is the weirdest, most awkward way you've ever come up with a song? Do you have a moment? And
Weirdest, most awkward way.
yeah, is there a weird moment you've ever come across where you're like, I'm gonna write about this?
I don't know if there was an awkward moment, but I did. Like this was in like grade 10. My first ever boyfriend, I wrote a song about our breakup, and I like wrote it like it was so dramatic, and it wasn't as dramatic. You know, when you're just in high school and it seems so dramatic.
No.
Yeah, this song was like Taylor Swift all too well dramatic. And but it wasn't that intense of a relationship because it was grade 10, you know. And this boyfriend, I did perform the song in an audition for our school talent show, and I did not know that he was auditioning, and he was in the room while I was auditioning, and I had a panic attack after. And then he asked me at a party a few months later if that song was about him. I was like, no, I just wrote it about something that I read in a book. But that's the only awkward story or weird story that I have. Once I know, I'll tell you. But that's
I know. I want to know. That was gonna be my next question. Did he know it was about him?
I feel like he probably figured it out, but it was weird because then after I released my album, this one guy messaged me, and we had talked for maybe 2 weeks. Like I just wasn't feeling it. And when I don't feel something, I'll tell you. I'm not just gonna let it go on, right? And he was asking me if I wrote songs on the last album about him, and I was like, dude, those were pitched songs. I didn't write them, so believe whatever you want. But sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Do you have any upcoming shows people can look forward to?
I am playing Cook County on December 4th.
Yes.
So super excited about that. This is the second time the band and I are getting up on stage there. And I feel like I'll be less nervous because I'll be used to the space. And so I'm super pumped about this one.
Yeah, it's always a good time there.
It's always. Well, you got to
fun.
come out. You should come out. Are you doing anything the 4th?
I think I'm gonna come out.
Okay, do it.
Yeah,
come on.
I'm coming. I'm just gonna happen.
Okay. Okay, let me know. We can have drinks before or something. We'll do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good.
You going to CCMAs at all?
I'm not this year. Just with COVID and everything, it's kind of been tough. And
yeah,
I'm working. I got school, so wait on it for next year.
Yeah, I just kind of said the same thing. I was kind of like, I wonder how it's gonna be. Like, I still think everyone's gonna go crazy and stuff, but
oh yeah,
I was like, I'll just wait, kind of.
And it's also the time of year. Like, I'd rather go during the fall when it's a bit nicer out.
Right.
Like when I can get dressed up in nice dresses. Like, I know you're a guy and you don't care about that stuff, but I just think, man, having to look beautiful in cold weather just really does not sound appealing to me.
Here, I'm just like, just give me a big jacket and we're good.
Yeah, just give me one of those, what are they, hoodies?
Yeah.
Like the big blanket hoodie things.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Other than this single and performances, what else is next for you?
I am going to be having some new music coming out. It's not released, it's not announced yet, but we are working on some things, and these songs I'm really excited for. I think with the last album, I definitely related to those songs at that point in my life, but these songs, I relate to them even more so. I relate to these songs than I did to those ones at that point. So I'm really excited for this album and these songs to come out. And there's some really, really pumped up jams on there that I'm really excited to people to jam out to in their car and sing with me when at festivals or whatever. I'm really pumped to release these ones, and I hope that everyone enjoys them as much as I do.
Perfect. I won't pry away at those because I know you can't talk too much about it.
Yeah.
I won't pick away, but last thing, tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube at Jordyn Pollard Music. On Twitter, I'm Jordyn Pollard 1. On YouTube, you can look up Jordyn Pollard Music as well. I have a website, jordynpollardmusic.com, and that's about it.
Perfect. All right, guys, go grab her single Kisses Back and follow her on social media. Stay tuned for the new music. And
yeah.
Thanks for taking the time today.
Thank you so much for talking to me, Cody.
Absolutely. And I will see you on the 4th.
Sounds good. We'll see you there.
All right. Talk soon.
See you. Bye.